Codasteroid.
Hello guys, in today's episode I will share with you some Linux basic commands I'm using databases to save time and make me more productive. I just switched to Linux recently and I hope this commands I'm using helps you as well in your programming journey. So the first command I will share with you is pwd. So pwd helps you get the path of the project or the directory you are in. So inside home directory, of course, and I'm expecting to get the path to this home directory. So if I click on pwd, you can see home/jihad, which is my name, of course. And another command is called ls. So ls is going to list the content of a directory. So I'm inside home directory, so if I type list and hit enter, you can use ls. You can see the list of folders and list of files I have inside home directory. But also this command has options, and one of the most important options we have is ls-a. ls-a is going to list not only the folders or directories, but also it's going to list the source files and the hidden files. So the source files and hidden files are not, you cannot see them, in your device until you change your settings, as you can see here. But these files, when you type, ls-a, you can see them clearly. You can see something like local, Jupyter, Mozilla, and so on. So another command is called mkdir. So mkdir will help you to create a new directory. So let's say I want to create a new directory in home. I will call it something like mkdir. This command, you can use it to create a new directory, of course, and then I can type the name of the directory that I want to create. So let's say I want to use YouTube, for example. So now if I list the content of home directory, you can see the new directory has been added to my home folder, right? What if we want to create, for example, let's say I want to change our directory to another one. So I'm in home directory that contains these following directories: pictures, music, downloads, document, desktop, etc. And I want to change, for example, to documents. So let's type cd, and this command will help you change the directory you are in. So I would type cd and then the name of the directory that I want to move to, and I would choose here documents, for example. So now I'm inside documents. But what if I want to get back to my previous directory, which is home? I can just say cd ... or just cd alone. But this one is going to get back to the previous directory, which is home, right? But I also have another command that can be typed as well with another option called tld. So tld, let's say I want to go to, let's say, for example, to documents, right? I'll get back again to document directory, and inside this directory I have some content, of course. I have some folders like blog, books, resources, resume, and a file called mask.png. So inside this directory I want to to navigate to something like downloads. So downloads doesn't exist here. So if I say, for example, cd downloads, no such file or directory, because it's no longer exists in your file, in your documents folder. In order to navigate to a directory that outside of your home directory, or sorry, outside of the current directory you are in, you can use a command cd with an option called tld. So tld is by Alt-2 in your keyboard, and then you can type slash and then the name of your directory that you want to navigate to. So I would choose here music, for example, and see here music. So if I hit enter, you can see music. Inside music directory. If I want to get back to the home directory, you can use cd command without any option, and now we are in home directory. Another command that can help us as well to get rid of this mess and clear the terminal is called clear, and now the magic will happen. That's how clear works. So what if we want to create a new file like we did before with creating a new directory? So here we can use a command called touch. Touch is going to create a new file, but you need just to follow, you can type the name of your file after touch command. So you can use something like file text. But let me go first to my directory YouTube and type this there, right? So we have now, I'm inside YouTube directory and I want to create, a new file there. We can call it, for example, info.md. It's a markdown file. When I click ls, you can see, the file is created. Great, that's how we can create new file. What if I want to add some content inside this file? Let's say I want to edit this file. So there is a command line based text editor inside our terminal called nano. Nano command, all you need to do is just type the name of the file that you want to edit. So I'm inside YouTube directory, and in order to access this file, I just need to say info.md. So when I hit enter, you can see the file is empty. And let's add some content here. Of course, I add a sentence, and in order to save this content inside info.md, you can just press Control X, and then you have a question called save modified buffer. You can save it by yes, by pressing Y button, or N if you don't want to save that. So let's save this and then hit enter. And in order to see if the file is created, we can do this of course manually, just by going to the home directory, and then we can go to YouTube here, and we can see the content on this file. You can see here we have some content, of course, right? Here is the file. But what if we want to do this just from our terminal? We can do this from our terminal just by a command called cat. Cat will display the content of the file. So we have here info.md, just the name of the file, of course, that you want to display its content. So we can just click on, hit enter, and then we can see the content of this file. We can also use less command to read, small part of a file. So let's say if info.md has a lot of content, we can read, part, just let's say part of this file, at a time, right? And by using less command. So you can try this out if you have, long file, but we only have, yes, very short content here, just one phrase, add some content. So another command that we'll use as well is in case we want to remove a specific file. So inside YouTube directory, as always, we have a file called, info.md. But let's say first, let's try to rename our file first, and then we can remove it. So to rename info.md to a new name, so we can use a command called rm. mv. So mv will help you to rename our file. So what a user is going to do, you need just to put the name of your file, info.md, so the actual name, and then you can give it a new name. So let's say data, for example, .md. So if I hit enter and say ls, you can see the new name here, data.md. And also we can display this content just to verify the content is not changed. So let's say data.md, can see it has some content. And if I said, for example, cat info.md, it's no longer exist, of course, because we have renamed the file. You see, no such file or directory. So that's all about how we can handle files. But also we have another command that can help as well if we want to copy a file to another directory. So let's say we want to create a new directory inside YouTube. So we can say, let's clear this first and put ls to see the content, of course. And let's say I want to create a new directory. I will call it for something like thumbnails, right? Thumbnails. So this is the name here. So if I type again ls, you can see the new directory has been added to YouTube folder, right? And now what I want to do, I want to copy data.md to thumbnails folder. So all you need to do is using cp command and type the name of the file that you want to, copy, and then the location where the file should be copied. Okay, so we have here terminals. You can just say the name of the location here, folder, of course, and put terminals. Now, if I do, ls command, we'll just say, for example, cd terminals, and put ls. You can see data.md there, right? That's all about cp command. So let's go back to the previous directory by cd --, and clear our terminal and type again ls. We will use another command called rm. So rm will remove the file, right? So let's say we want to create a new file. Let's call it, for example, lisa.yaml, right? And I want to remove this file, of course. The file is existed now, and let's remove it by using rm command. Rm command is going to remove your file, of course, just files, right? So let's say lisa.yaml. You can see now the file is removed. But also we can do the same with empty directories. We can use a command called rmdir, and then we can remove, for example, terminals directory, terminals. You see, directory is removed because filled. But if I try to type again ls, okay, maybe I didn't type that well. So let's say remove there, terminals. I think I did the same name here. Oh, what's going on here? Oh yeah, because directory is not empty. I'm sorry for that. So normally you cannot, remove fill directories using rmdir command. But if I have, an empty directory, so let's create a new one called something like, videos. And if I type s here, you can see videos being added. But if I try to remove this empty directory, videos, you can see directory will be removed. So if I said ls again, so no directory is being added, right? That's all about, removing directories. But what about empty directories, or sorry, filled directories? I know a command, that I just use it recently to remove filled directories. It's called rm-rdir. I don't know if this can remove our directory, but we will try it with terminals. So let's say rm r dash first rdir, and then the name of the directory here is, of the filled directory, of course, is terminals, and then we can hit enter. Right, so we got again no such file directory. But let's say ls, you can see there is no terminals. Wow, so it means this command works, but I don't know why I got this directory here. Anyway, that's how we can remove, filled directories and empty directories. So let's clear the terminal again and move again to another command, and this time we will use something called history command. So what history command is used for? History command is going to list all the commands you have used since you use, Linux. So here, yeah, look, how many commands. So just you can see recently we typed history, then we typed clear, then we tried to remove, fill directory using this command. So you can see all commands you have used, and yeah, I can't imagine myself that I used 1,244 commands since I use Linux. That's great. So that's what history command is doing. But also you can click on high arrows on your keyboard to get to the previous command you have used. So just like this, history, clear, you see you can do ls. If you feel lazy one day and you don't want to copy this all over again, you can just use high arrow on your keyboard, and you can, go back to all your previous commands, all commands that you used before. So that's how it works. You can also use down arrow and high arrow as well. Right. So that's for that's what we did right now. We learned how to create a new file, how to create a new directory, how to remove files, how to remove empty directories, how to change directories as well, how to list our content of a directory, and how to create a new file, how to edit file. Right, that's all about, this command. But also I want to share with you all the other commands, like commands that we see on Windows. If you want, for example, to run a file as administrator, so we can use something called sudo. Sudo is always going to write anything for you as administrator. So I want to use this with something, more meaningful. So let's say I want to update my my packages, or update everything I have here in my system. I can use something like update, but this update will not work because I don't have permission to use this command. But if I use sudo, I can access this command and update and see the updates that I have to apply on my system. So now I can just type my password, of course, and you can see all the updates I have to apply. And in order to apply this update, you should use another command called sudo apt-get upgrade, of course. And I just upgraded my system, of course, so you might see 0 upgraded and nothing to upgrade, of course. But you can use this command sudo apt-get update to see the list of the update that you should apply. And then in order to apply this update on your system, you have to use another command called sudo apt-get upgrade. So this command should work with sudo command, of course, because this belongs to your administration system, right? So that's for sudo apt-get and sudo apt-get upgrade. But also you can use the same command to upgrade one single package. Just you can type sudo, for example, apt-get update, and then the name of the package you have in your local system. You can use also the same for upgrade. If you want to apply the changes to this package, just you can follow this command by the name of the package that you want to upgrade. But also if you want to list all the packages you have on your system, you can use another command called dpackage. So let me clear the terminal here and go to the home directory, and yes, let's type this command, this dpackage, or dpkg, of course, and then I can put -- list, and you can see all the packages I have. So you can just click on down the row here, and you can see all the packages you have here. Of course, you can press Q if you want to cancel this. So just Q in that way, and then clear the terminal use. So another command I won't show you, it's very useful if you are going to remove let's say unnecessary files and use packages, or cached files, temporary files. This command called sudo apt-get remove. So this will remove all unnecessary files because I just cleaned my system, so that's what I use it. Another command also called sudo apt-get clean. It does the same work as well. And you can also use sudo apt-get auto remove and sudo apt-get auto clean if you want to clean things automatically. So the last command is very helpful. It's called htop. So htop is going to monitor your device specification. So here you can see my memory, for example, how memory I'm consuming at the moment, how CPU, memory, time, etc. You can find more information about your device at the current moment. So I'm consuming only 1.25 gigabytes, and you see we have a lot here information you can use. So in order to use this command, of course, you should install htop. I don't know if you have htop on Windows or something, but you can install this command by saying sudo apt-get install htop immediately on your device. So of course it's the command here is already installed, so you see htop is already the newest version. So you can use this command to put htop on your machine and monitor your device specification here and take your time. So that's all about today's episode. Hope you find this useful. I'm going to share more stuff about Linux in the future. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.